Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video on WRC 8, and we're back on the career mode once again. As you may already know from the previous episode that we are driving for a WRC team. We've pretty much gone from the WRC 2 and WRC 2 Pro categories very early. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, and we're now on WRC. And we got the Swedish rally, but before that, obviously, we got a maintenance event, and after that, it's pretty much the Swedish rally, nothing else to do. I'm gonna be resting my crew as much as I can, and after I manage to get a lot of good reserves, I will be doing more events like the extreme condition events, more historic events, a little bit of training here and there, but for the time being, where it's a time when my crew pretty much is limited and I don't have a lot of reserves, so we're just gonna be resting for a little bit, and later on we might be doing a few more events, but for the time being, financially we're pretty good, and in terms of the results, we started off. Oh my god, the bad thing about the maintenance events is that you don't have a co-driver, so you have to be very cautious, but they're very easy to be completed. But Monaco rally, quite decent start to the championship, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to do very well, but you know, Sweden, we've traditionally done pretty well. If you remember from the WRC 2 Pro season, we actually won there and dominated, and also in the WRC 2 season, but this is on a whole another level. We're driving much faster cars. The competition is pretty much stronger, competing against Tanak, Leb and Neville pretty much, and probably the other. I don't know about the other guys. I don't know if the other drivers will be as competitive as the other two, but now let's get ready for the Swedish rally. As you can see, a snowy rally, the one and only snow. I can't speak. Literally can't speak. The one and only snowy rally on the calendar, WRC calendar, and also the real life season starts very soon. I feel like it starts at the end of January, so I'm really looking forward to it, because there's been a lot of transfers going on. Hyundai have pretty much got Tanak, Neville, and Sebastian Leb, whereas Toyota got Elfyn Evans and Ogier. Ford seems to be a little bit in a very difficult spot, having Suninen and Esa-Pekka Lappi, reminding us of the old days on M-Sport, where they used to have two Finnish drivers, like back in the day with Gronholm and Hivinen, or Hivinen and Latvala. You know, they used to work a lot with Finns, and it got them a lot of victories in the past, but, you know, Hivinen and Gronholm used to be amazing drivers, even Latvala on certain occasions. I don't know about these two Finnish drivers. They still got a lot of work to do. Suninen is still very vulnerable to faults, and Lappi is very fast but also vulnerable to faults, so we'll see how well they can do now that Lappi is pretty much going to be the #1 driver on the team. That's a huge mistake there, but the good about snow is that if you run wide, you can't really damage the car that much unless you pretty much flip the car over. But that was all I had to say about the real-life WRC season. I'm really looking forward to it. I've got a WRC Plus membership to watch the rallies. As for this stage, it's been going pretty well so far. One green sector, a little bit of a mistake on that third sector that gave us the red on that one, but I feel like pace is pretty okay. That is not good for me there. Once again, another mistake. I can't really get into grips for the time being on snow, but it's just the beginning. We're probably gonna miss out on this first day. Oh, we actually get a green sector even with that mistake, so must have been pretty fast on the previous parts. This is the final sector now. Plenty of jumps, and now onto this left-hander.
50. Left 5, 30. Right 4 short, narrows into left 4, keep in. Into right 3 for finish.
And across the finish line, a pretty good final sector, I have to say, at 3.9.9, and it's gonna give us first position only by 1 second from Tanak. Even with those few mistakes there, we're going to be winning the first stage, 1.8 ahead of Neville. Ozzy down into 7th. I wasn't expecting to see Ozzy so down. 10 seconds behind me, so Latvala seems to be very close, as he's just about only around 4 point something seconds behind me, so he's the closest to be like in the top 4, but as usual, Tanak and Neville seem to be our real competition, but Ozzy actually overtook us back in Monaco, so I don't know why he just doesn't seem to have the pace, or probably was a one of stage that didn't really go to plan for him, but now on to the second stage. Let's see how well we can do.
Right 5, tightens 3, short into left 5. Caution, brake, crest into flat right and left 1, 30. Right 5 long, tightens 100. Caution, brake, right 3, don't cut, tightens into crest, keep in. Into right 4 and left 4. At left 2, don't cut into right 4, open, 50. Brake, right 5, tightens 2, short. Into left 4 long, tightens 3, 60. Right 5 tightens, long, keep in. Into left 4, short, 30. Flat left, 30. Left 5 and crest into right 5, tightens. And caution, right 3 short into left 3 open. Into Kingston. Left 3 short into flag right, tightens 4, don't cut. Into left 3 short and right 4. Into left 5 long, open. And caution, right 5 tightens, 50. Right 5, 60. Flat left into right 4, 70. Left 5, 100 for finish.
That was the final sector. Pretty fast sequence of corners, and across the finish line is going to be a 3.8. Better time than the previous one, but I don't think that matters, because this time we're going to be 1.6 seconds ahead of Tanak. Once again, there were a few mistakes here and there. Still not really up into grips with that. Sebastian Ozzy down into 11th. Once again, 24 seconds behind us. So I don't know what's wrong with Ozzy at the moment. I said Sebastian Loeb. I was supposed to say Sebastian Ozzy. But yeah, first position now, 2.6 seconds ahead of Tanak and something like 5 point something ahead of Neville. So there was this challenge objective that said you have to spend less than 35 minutes on repairing the car, and it was actually referring to the whole rally. Like on the whole rally have an overall of less than 35 minutes, and I thought it was about every single motorhome maintenance service, and yeah, I just completely messed it up. I already did 34 minutes, so I had to have no repairs at all on to the next day to achieve it, which I could, but you know, I thought the objective was a little bit different in my head, and we're pretty much going to fail this objective straight up. But this time we're going to be driving around the stage that actually gave us this contract that we're running at the moment. It's the 1v1 event where we previously won. I feel like it was an episode, yeah, it was the previous episode where we did that stage, and we not really dominated, we won, and we got that contract with Hyundai, and now we're driving with Hyundai on an official rally on the same stage, so I guess we should win. I just bet it, you know.
Into jump, 30. Left 4 short and right 3 don't cut, 70. And left 6 tightens 3 short, don't cut, and left 4 very long, tight. Big jump over bridge, 30. Right 3 don't cut, open.
I love this jump. Loved it since day one with the firewoods on the sides.
Right 5 into left 5, 30. Left 3 don't cut, very long, 200 and finish.
across the finish line. Really love that final corner where you can get it flat out. Tanak is nowhere to be seen, and that's because we're going to be winning this stage with a gap of 4.8 seconds, 6.6 seconds ahead of Ozzy, who's back into the top 3, but I feel like it's still late for him because he's lost a lot of time on the second sort of stage, and he's back into the top 10, but only just about. Like, he's having a horrendous rally. But as for us, 7.5 ahead of Tanak, 12.6 ahead of Neville. This is looking very good for the time being, but you got to remember that on this championship there's 3 days, and there's always the possibility you're gonna be messing it up, like doing it already here onto turn 1. But there's always a possibility that I can mess it up. There could be a lot of changes on the weather, a little bit of rain, more snow probably, and everything could be gone. Like a 20-second gap, if you remember back in the WRC2 rally we had on Argentina, when we missed out on the final stage, which was the year stage, and we missed out on a gap of 10 seconds or something, and we lost the rally with a gap of 20 seconds. So that was a pretty embarrassing moment, but it was a moment that taught me that never be relaxed on a rally, because anything can happen. You could lose a lot of time either on one sector, one stage, whatever. That's why rallying is such an unpredictable sport, like I named one of my episodes on this series. But I'm gonna let you enjoy for a little bit the gameplay, because I've been talking non-stop for the time being, and I need to concentrate a little bit more on my driving.
Keep middle over big jump, 300. Left 4 medium tightens, into flat right. Square right at junction, 100. Left 5 short, narrows into right 6, tightens 4, short, 100 over crest. Flat right, 100. Flat left, tightens 5 over crest. And left 4. And right 5 into right 4 short. And dip into right 4, keep in. Into flat left long, 100.
That was a bit of a messy sector. I guess that would be a red sector. Let's see. Oh, it's actually a green sector. I don't know, seems like pace is quite good on this one. Seems like it's going to be our first very good stage.
Right 4 short. And right 3 short into left 4 open, 80. Left 6 tightens, keep into right 4, 30. Crest into flat left, 200. Left 6 and right 5, 150 over bumps. Right 4 open. And left 5 and crest, 150. Flat left, into crest, 30 for finish.
And I guess as we go full throttle onto the finish line for a 434, you could label this as the perfect stage, a 10.3 second gap from Tanak. That was pretty insane. That was a very, very insane stage. 14 seconds ahead of Neville. Ozzy, once again, nowhere to be seen. He's down into 10th for this one right now. He really isn't feeling it here in Sweden for some weird reason. Probably he doesn't really like snow. But as for us, now 17 seconds ahead of Tanak and 20-something seconds ahead of Neville. Seems like we're getting our first WRC victory. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, already from the second rally. I knew I was pretty strong in Sweden, but I was expecting the competition to be a little bit stronger. As you can see, once again, trying to have like less than 35 minutes in the maintenance service, and there was no reason for that, purely because we're either way gonna fail the objective, because he needed an overall of less than 35 minutes. But okay, you know, that was the objective in the next rally. So it said in the next rally, and I thought in the next like maintenance service zone. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be like that, but either way, day 3. This is once again a pretty short stage, and we seem to be doing very well on those. So it's not a power stage, so with a pretty huge gap. We can actually take advantage of that and open up the gap, because the power stage is also going to be the ES stage. So I don't know how many points we're going to be taking off that, but still we got to give it our best shot.
Left 4. And right 6, 50. Caution, brake. Right 3 short into left 2 short. And left 4 long, narrows into right 4, open over crest, 50. Left 6 short and 100. Right 6 narrows into left 5, tightens over crest. Right 4 short, don't cut. Into flat left, into jump maybe, over crest, 50. Caution, hard brake, square left, don't cut. And right 5 long, 60. Left 4 short and right 5, 50. Caution, right 6 tightens 3, 50. Caution, big jump, 200.
That's a huge jump, and I remember this from the real life rallies. That's a beautiful jump over there. That's why it's got the boards on the sides to see how far the car has jumped. And we've been having a pretty good stage so far, only one bot sector. And on to the final one now. Let's see if we can maintain the good pace and win yet another stage here in Sweden.
Left 5 over crest into right 4 tightens, 60. And right 5, 30. Right 4 into kinks, 30. Right 4 open into left 3, 100, bumpy. Flat right into left 4 long into right 3.
Almost perfect there.
And left 5 short for finish.
Another left-hander now, pretty fast one to end the stage on a 4.30.8. And I bet that's going to be a win. It's got to be a win, and it's even more dominating there. 12.6 seconds ahead of Tanak, 13.5 ahead of Neville. Ozzy still can't find his pace. He's once again 24 seconds behind me. He's now even dropped below the top 10. He's not even inside the points, and we're moving on to the final stage. So things are not looking good for Ozzy. As for us, a 13.5 second gap from Tanak and 40.2 second gap from Neville going into the final stage. I know I said that rallying is pretty unpredictable, but I need to badly mess things up on this one in order for somebody else to win. I really need to mess things badly, but I can still mess it up, you know, because I'm gonna push like crazy to get those extra 5 points out of this ES stage. I really need to win the power stage, and I want those 5 points, because let's just face it, in Monaco we didn't really get as many points as we would want to get in order to win a championship, but still I feel like we need to get those maximum 30 points out of the rally in order to be in for a championship contention, pretty much.
Left 4 into crest into right 5. And right 4, 100. Brake for square right, 200 over bumps. Brake for right 3 into flat left. Right 5 tightens, keep into left 3. And flat right 100. Keep middle over big jump, 300. Left 4 medium tightens, into flat right. Crest into right left 4. Into brake for right 1, 50. Left 4, 50. Right 4 medium. left 4, 100. Left 3, medium, tightens. And flat right into crest into flat left, 100.
So far it's been quite an amazing stage for a new stage. I really enjoy Sweden in general for some weird reason. All of a sudden I like the snow. I feel very comfortable after a pretty tough day one, where we only had a like 1 second gap from second position. Now I just feel very comfortable in the snow, and I seem to maintain a very good flow, a very good pace around the mixed sequence of corners. Either they're fast or they're slow. I just made a huge mistake. Forget about that, it's still going to be a green sector. But yeah, you can see 4 green sectors in a row. It seems to be going very well. This is probably going to be a victory here. And an extra 5 points, I guess. But there's still a long way for this stage, so we'll need to be careful for the time being.
Right 4 open. And left 5 and crest 150. Flat left into crest 100. Caution, right 6, brake for square right, big cut at junction, 200 uphill. Caution, crest 30, hard brake for square left. Into flat left and right 5, medium over crest. Into left 4 and right 3 short. Into left 3 open.
And that's going to be our first real mistake that is going to be costing us time. We spun pretty much. Went a little bit too deep on that corner, and the snowbank made my car spun. So that's the first real mistake where we lost a lot of time. The previous one were pretty soft mistakes. Need to slow it down a little bit because I'm running wide way too much, and we need to be careful. We've had a very good stage so far, so don't want to mess it up now. Even if I go a little bit slow, I think we're still gonna be able to win this one. Oh, come on, really? The car is gonna flip. It's gonna flip over. The physics when the cars are mid-air, I'm gonna say, like on 2 wheels or something, they're terrible. That's where the Rally 2.0 clearly wins for me. To make another comparison again, as we're having a red sector. But yeah, they badly need to fix that for WRC 9. The physics where you're on 2 wheels or like mid-air or something, or running a little bit wide, they're terrible. There's just gonna be like the car flipping, or you making a mistake 100% where you run a little bit wide, or you run over a slight rock and the car goes on 2 wheels. It's just pretty bad for the physics, and it messes up the whole very good packages this game provides you with. And we're gonna be ending the stage with a crash, a 7.52, and as I've already told you, it was a pretty secured stage. 6 seconds ahead of Tanak, Neville 15 seconds behind. Ozier down into 5th once again. He's just not having a good time, is he? That's just terrible from Sebastian Ozier. Look at this, he was actually doing pretty well, but all of a sudden on to the first kind of sectors he messed it up completely. But that's pretty much the battle between me, Tanak and Neville. As you can see, I lost a lot of time on sector 7, that's why Tanak had a bit of a 6-second gap, but that's a pretty dominant victory, I'm gonna say. 36 seconds ahead of Tanak, 55 ahead of Neville, with Ozier finishing on 8th. That's pretty much going to mean we're gonna be ahead of Ozier after that rally, after that win. So first victory on WRC 8 career mode on the WRC season. 25 minutes pretty much the overall time in this rally. So that's very, very good to say the least. 25 seconds to 25 minutes, I don't know. Excuse me if I'm wrong with the times there, but as you can see, second into the overall standings. I really wasn't expecting that. So you can see the power stage really gives you an extra bonus, and that is going to be 40 points now, on to second position. 1 point ahead of Neville only, but that's down to the power stage here, the 5 points that we got. So you can see how crucial the power stages are. We're 12 points behind Tanak, but you know, we're in for the championship now. We're in the fight pretty much for the championship. Next rally is going to be the Mexican rally, which is gravel, I think. So I don't know how well we can do there, but I'm pretty much hoping for a podium. If not a podium, then a top 4 finish for sure. But taking into consideration Ozzy's form, I feel like he needs to really up his game. But now onto the research points. I'm going to be providing better weight distribution for the tire wear on the soft tires. So that's going to be reducing the tire wear on the soft tires. And I'm also going to be increasing the chance of getting a perk at the end of events, which is very, very important. Perks are very important. As you can see, we got 2 perks for the next rally, which is hard gravel tires wear 10% less quickly, and also something about the aero being much better. As you can see, I'm sorting a little bit the crew reserves. I'm getting more crew members in order to be able to do more events in this career mode. We're also going to be paying the repairs of the previous rally, like 12k only. That's not a lot, to be honest. And Citroën is once again interested in me, as I've got another victory. Well, Citroën, I'm sorry, I'm very happy at the moment with Hyundai. I've driven actually the Citroën car. I tried to do like a video about Citroën living WRC, and I tried to record a gameplay with Citroën. I absolutely hated the car. I could not drive the Citroën at all. Like, it was pretty impossible for me to drive the car. I was driving on Turkey, which is a very tough rally, but still, it was a very, very tough car to drive. My favorite car is the Ford Fiesta. If I'm going to be doing a second season on this career, which I'm probably going to be doing, I'm going to be driving the Ford Fiesta. I'm hoping that I will get a contract from Ford. Because I've driven with Toyota on WRC 7. We could either drive for Ford or Citroën, but Citroën, I'll try and get away from it because I just didn't really like the car. But still, Hyundai, very good car for the time being. First WRC victory, and yeah, that was it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, leave a comment down below to suggest me any new ideas for the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and on Twitter, because I'm streaming quite often on Twitch. And yeah, until next video, guys, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big moment we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, place your turntable in front of your guests.
Set the volume control in your stereo system at the preferred listening level.
Ladies and gentlemen, beat rock, beat.